In my family, we have this habit that whenever we go out by train or by bus or whatever, we try to find somebody to encourage. And not so long ago, I was going with the bus, standing at the bus station and looking around to see if I could find somebody to encourage. And there was a young man there. He was, well, we were waiting for the bus was late, and he was walking, I noticed, in a square, like all the time, walking like in a square. It seemed a little bit tense to me, and I thought maybe this is the man that I somehow could encourage this day. And I started a conversation with him, something like, well, do you think the bus will arrive? And well, we talked a little bit, and then the bus came, and I had the opportunity to sit beside him in the bus. And he told me actually that he was a Christian, and he was on his way to a Bible study.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And well, in Denmark, it's not so very often we meet a young person who is a Christian and who actually is on his way to a Bible study. So I was a little bit forward going, and I said, well, do you know that the true day of rest is the seventh day Sabbath? And he said, yes. And I said, really? Mm-hmm. Yes, he said. All right. Then I said, well, do you know that the seventh day Sabbath was actually changed into Sunday? And that it was in the year 321 after Christ? And he said, yes. And I was very surprised, and I said, really? Yes, he said. Well, then I asked him, how did you know that? And he said, well, I like history. And I studied history, and I learned it. So I was quite surprised, and I said, well, when I went to school, that was not that kind of history that we learned. But it really gave me an opportunity to share more about the Sabbath with this young man, and share about the Sabbath that God told us to remember.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day 20, verses 8 to 11. Exodus 20, verses 8 to